principle before we all meet together at the summit in Orlando. So welcome
Yes,
back, Alchemist.
yes.
This is Abundance Thursdays with myself, Gualter Morello, and the great Vinney Smile Chopra. Vinny, we're sharpening the saw, and you look sharp today. What's going on?
Oh my gosh. Hey, brother, I'm just getting ready for next Thursday, Friday, with the mastermind group on Thursday night there in Orlando at the Florida Hotel. And then Friday on the stage. I just can't wait. It's going to be lots and lots of fun. Look at that. Vinny's kind of frozen here. I don't know if my voice is coming through, but what's going on with this camera? Let me
Your
see.
voice,
Let me
your voice
see.
is coming through. You are frozen for. You look like this. You're frozen like this. So it's actually a pretty good place
Okay.
to be frozen if you're gonna choose one.
Frozen, I know. Hold on. What's going on? Let me see if I take the video off and then come back in. There we go.
There we go. Vinny's
My whole
back.
studio, my whole studio is here. So I'll just come back here. Closer, closer, closer. There we
Zoom
go.
in. How
It's
close can we
working. It's
get?
working.
While you're
Yeah.
getting
Oh,
that
we can
fixed up,
get as close, brother.
for everybody who's new, we do this on Thursdays at 9 a.m.
Yes.
PST, 12 p.m.
Yeah.
EST. Vinny is in his office today. He's not out walking, doing his Miracle Morning. So, Vinny, I know you got a show you're doing right after this. So,
Yes.
where are you going to be speaking in a
Exactly.
little bit?
We'll be talking about how I pivoted from my multifamily 7 years back because lots and lots of newbies were coming in the market and overpaying and overpaying. Brian Burke sold all his portfolio, and myself also, I sold so much of the portfolio, which is happening. And I got into senior living, hospitality, which we are in it, and I'm going next week to close on that Marriott Courtyard over there in Plano, Texas. And I'm looking at several development deals in that neighborhood. I'm meeting with some CEOs where they have bought 100 acres of land, 50 acres of land, 30 acres of land. And one of my very good friends, surgeon, robotic surgeon, he's meeting with me also. And we are looking at building these medical, buildings, not medical buildings, they're like structures, right? And then inside will be 2x, 3x. I mean, I'm so fired up at a young age of 37 or 73, I say opposite, to get into these great places in the north of Dallas where so much is happening. I just can't believe. Wow.
It's a very interesting time because as we know there's $84 billion of debt coming due in December of 2025.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of
Yep.
operators who are currently saying, I don't want to refinance. I don't want to be in this asset anymore. And you're
Yes.
finding these deals are coming in hospitality, which for anybody who's new to the game, this is hotels. You're also doing it in the senior assisted living. I know you just flew out about a
Yes.
month ago to check out on one of your bigger buildings. It was 94 units, I think.
94 units, brother. Yes, yes, yes. We built them in Florida. We sold them also. Then this Williamsburg, Virginia, we are about to open up in about 30 days. And then my Palm Bay project in Florida, we are doing that also. And then RALs over there, residential assisted living in the Phoenix, Scottsdale, and all that. But the key thing is, anybody listening to us, there are so many great
That's
opportunities.
right.
You
I think you
could
picked up
buy
four.
them. So true, so true. You can pick them up and renovate them rather than doing what I've been doing, dust for 2 years, 3 years, construction loans, all that stuff. There is so much product out there, foreclosed product, or people who want to get out of the businesses in hotels. I've got 3 hotels. After this hotel, I've got 3 hotels at 2x. What? Usually hotels sell the yearly revenue times 4.56. I've got some hotels, name brand hotels, my partner and I, that are at 2x of the revenue. And, it's just mind blowing to me. These great products are out there only in the close knit circle. And anybody who wants to invest with me, come out. If you have millions of dollars, I'm the person. Come on here and we can make you general partner, give you GP side minus depreciation, all that stuff, because we do all that. PIP is a property improvement plan. If you put 2 million, 4 million, 6 million, President Trump says you take out everything that year minus in the P&L. So the 100% bonus depreciation is back, cost segregation is back. So tax benefits are humongous in hospitality.
And we're going to be talking about those at the summit. We've got our cost seg specialists in. We've got people who do
Mm-hmm.
setting up estate plans. So it's going to be a very fun time. So for entrepreneurs who are thinking, okay, I want to get exposure to real estate, but they're looking at the stock market's super, super overinflated. Oh, there we go. The book is coming out.
It
So Hospitality
is. Oh
Investing
my
Made Easy.
God. Made easy, brother. Almost there. Almost there. And no, stock market is way down today, man. Holy cow. I mean, no, not that much. 26 points Dow and 39 on the Nasdaq positive. But some of the stocks I bought this morning are way down. Hopefully they'll come back down. It's in and out, in and out.
I think that's a good time for us to mention. This is Wealth Principle 52, sharpen the saw. So
Yes.
what does that mean to sharpen
Yes.
the saw? It was popularized, the term was popularized by the book Seven Habits of Highly Effective People, written by Stephen Covey. It, in
Stephen
fact, was the
Covey.
first personal development book I ever read. This is literally the first book before Rich Dad Poor Dad. I got this book when I was in college, and I remember reading the book and thinking, "Wow, like there's people who write about this stuff. Like this is amazing." I was reading
Yes.
all these fantasy novels growing up, Lord of the Rings and The Wheel of Time, and now like there's a book I could read that actually changes my life. Really, really had a positive impact on me. So what I'd like to do today, Vinny, is let's go back and look at some of the lessons you've learned. Like you were talking about senior assisted living. So that takes
Yeah.
2 to 3 years to develop. Now it's close to your heart because you like the idea of helping seniors. You like the idea of giving them a safe place where they can get memory care. You did a
Yep.
lot of that in your facilities, but
Yep.
you've made a shift to residential assisted living personally. So you're not
Mm-hmm.
raising capital, you're not bringing any
Mm-hmm.
investors in on those. You've done those yourself because they're smaller, they're faster, they're easier to get into. Let's talk about that lesson because you're
I
still
would
doing the
say,
senior
I
assisted
would
living,
say
right?
I'm kind of like a pendulum. I'm like a pendulum. I like to see where the opportunities are. I would say those people who are watching me and following me, please go for 30 units, go for 40 units. It's one residential is great. I mean, I like to pivot. I like to see where the opportunities are. So there are lots of 20, 30, 40 units. Old senior assisted livings and memory cares that many of the owners want to get out of them. I've come across. So you can really get into those and do some renovation a little bit, bring them to the higher standards, and you give a better product to the seniors. So they're all over in your backyard. It's mind blowing to me. I would say developments, I might do developments, but the worst thing is it's the time, it's the cost of materials, it's the construction loan, which is recourse. All those are kind of shying me away from there. But if there is product there in hospitality, great hotels, name brand hotels with little bit pip, you could make them very nice, locations. Location is the key. So those are where my focus is the assisted livings and a little bit larger than residential because residential is great too. 10,000 a month you can make, but with 30 units, you can triple that. So you could make 30,000 a month cash flow. So it's all in the numbers.
So these are lessons you've learned. You broke down a lot. You said it very quickly. I'd like to break it down just a little bit more. So you stepped away from new construction, but it's not that it was new. You didn't do one new construction. You did a lot of new construction. So you had the
Yeah.
2 years of development and planning. The finally the third year you're leasing up, doing a lot of
Yeah.
pre-leasing along the way. But there was a challenge with that. You're saying an operator can go in now with something that's already in existence, maybe needs a little bit of
Mhm.
lease up, maybe needs a little change in management, but because the operators are looking to get out, the previous operators are looking to get out, you can get in without having to wait the 2 years to develop the building and test the
Exactly.
market to see if
Exactly.
it's viable. Like you can actually go in as already market research in existence because you can see a tenant
Yes.
base. There's a
Totally.
lot of reasons. Now, the hospitality, same thing. Have you ever developed a hotel before? Have you ever actually ground up constructed one?
Never, never, never. But my partners have. And the key thing I find is hotel takes 2 years to build. And it takes about a year to get the whole framework and all the soft cost, horizontal cost, we call it, So it's like 2 to 3 year project. That's a long time. There are operators, as the baby boomers are turning 65, 10,000 every night. Hotel operators and senior living operators are getting older and older. So they want to get rid of it. Their children don't want to do anything with it. So there are different motivations that you are able to come across if you are in the right circles, right pipelines, I call it. You will come across some off-market deals in hospitality as well as senior living that you could step in. That's what I would like everybody to focus now, rather than building.
Yeah, and I think that we've seen a lot of the builders getting beat up recently. They're having a hard time with
Big
lease up. I've
times.
seen it for sure in the
I'm one
multifamily
of them.
space.
I'm one of them.
It's like, oh, I built, now I'm waiting for income. And it's actually good, Vinny, right? Because you can look back and say, okay, I got a little beat up here, and what did I learn? I'm
Yeah,
going to sharpen the
yeah.
saw. What did I learn? And it
That's
sounds
the
like what I'm
key.
getting from you is you're saying no to new construction right now. You're saying yes to pre-existing
Yeah,
operations,
yeah,
pre-existing buildings where you're coming in and doing a
yeah.
little PIP, which like describe what a PIP is
That's it.
for people who don't know what
It's a
hospitality.
property improvement plan. Property improvement plan is PIP. It's a term we use in hospitality, in hotels. What happens is that the Marriotts, the Hiltons, the Courtyards, the IHGs, right? All of them to make sure that the owners take good care of their assets and they are giving them a fresh product and very good experience to the travelers. After 5 or 7 years, they ask the owner operators to put money into color schemes or new furnitures or new things. It's called PIP, Property Improvement Plan, or CapEx. In multifamily, we call it at CapEx, capital improvement, money that we put into the asset to make it a better place. That's what PIP is.
I like it.
And the good part is, yeah, see, in hotel operation, the lender requires you to put 250 a unit a year or 300 or 350 I used to put for Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac loans. But in the hotel industry, it's mandatory. Oh, so it's not that mandatory on the apartment side, and senior living side, I think, but in the hotel to keep their brand, to make sure that they are presenting the right product, they make the owners do those. So there are opportunities where the owners don't want to spend the money or they don't have the money. That's where you pick up these great deals and you can turn them around like the one I'm going next week. I don't mind saying to everybody, 14.5 million. We bought this Courtyard Marriott in Plano, Texas, the best of the best location in Legacy West region. Anybody listening to me, please look at Legacy West, Plano, Texas. You will see so much is happening in that corridor. And that's where we are buying it 65% off replacement value, 14.5 million. We are putting 4 million into it, into the PIP, we call it. 18.5 plus closing cost, let's say 19 million, right? It will be worth 29 million in 4 years. The brokers are telling us, Vinny, once you converted generation 2 Marriott Courtyard to generation 6, top of the line, and with Top Golf, we are putting 2 simulation Top Golfs. Our restaurant will be new, brand new, exercise room, everything brand new, beautiful. And all the interiors will be changed to new schemes, new fixtures, new beds, new everything. So it should be selling at 34 million, they told us. 4 to 5 years from now. We said, no, 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 no. Those numbers look so high. Our
Brokers are really
investors
good at
won't.
high
I
numbers.
know there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm a broker. I was a broker. I was broker for 20 years, commercial broker in California. But the thing is, you got to take it slowly and give very conservative assumptions about ADR, average daily rate and occupancy, which is the terms we use, in hospitality. But the big thing is you got to do right location, 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 and then you make money when you buy the deal. Don't just look for, big rent increases and all that stuff. You should buy it correctly.
You want to buy it at a discount and then force
Yeah.
appreciation via the PIP or through your CapEx. It's
Yes.
it's a very
Yes.
good time for people to be learning these things. So I see your notes that you put in here. Invest in
Exactly.
yourself every single day. That's the idea of
Yes.
sharpening the saw.
Yes.
We talked about
Hmm.
your movement away from new construction, your shift back into hospitality. There's some,
Yes.
we're doing multifamily, but we're seeing now the people who are bringing us their deals are part of this $84 billion, and they're just looking to get out of the loans. In fact, some of them are
Yes.
at the extension of their bridge loans, say second or third extension. They're
Oh,
saying, look,
they don't want to do it.
my lender's just like really
Yeah.
good with not extending again,
Yeah.
and we got to get this into a
Yeah.
better debt. And we're picking things up now to have 70% occupancy versus what we were picking up last year at 30% occupancy. Now we're
Hmm.
picking up at 75, 70%.
75.
And the prices are about
Nice.
the same
Nice.
because these guys
Yep.
just want to get rid of it. They're selling us for what the debt is and they're moving along. This is
Yes.
because of operations, right? Because you had experience, we had experience, we
Yeah.
were able to buy these better deals now that we weren't able to get access to last year. What would you say to somebody who isn't getting access to maybe the best deals right now? I know that sometimes when you close, people start sending your deals because they see you as a closer. What do you do before you close? Like, how can you
You know,
what can you learn or yeah, go ahead.
I would say that, you hit the nail on the head. When you are ready to buy something distressed, where, sellers want to give it away for you, you got to look out. Talk to the closing title companies, talk to lenders, talk to banks, and there are different departments. They are in knee deep in all these bad loans, and they will give you those leads. You got to reach out to the people. There are brokers who specialize in these deals. So I just gave three different avenues that people can go out, search, and then you can find. Don't buy the very first deal you find it. No, 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 never. You got to start looking where. First, you should know what area you want to buy in. Is it in your backyard? Is it far away? Do you have boots on the ground there so that they could, you cannot fly back and forth. I've been managing my $1 billion portfolio from the laptop and desktop in my office here in near San Francisco. The key thing is you got to have boots on the ground so that they could give you clear feelings. I always say, whoever is selling you the asset, ask the broker, hey, could you give me 150 pictures of the asset? Could you give me the video as if somebody took it yesterday? And I bought deals sitting on my desktop because within 45 minutes or 2 hours, I got the whole video, which is like I took the plane, I took the Uber, I went there. My eyes are going to see the same thing what this video is going to show me.
Vinny, that's a lesson. You didn't do that in the beginning. There's no way when you first started this,
Ah,
you were absolutely at the properties, looking around.
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
because I know
yes.
me, we're at the point where we're doing the 76 units for closing next week and the 66 for closing
Mhm.
on in November, and we just got all the data
Oh,
back. We sent
I
our
love
property
it.
manager out, and she knows what to take pictures of. She knows what to send us videos back, and we
Yep,
were for about 3 hours just going through all the pictures and the
love
images and the
it.
videos. And
Love
that
it.
wasn't how I used to do it. So how
Mhm.
did you come to this awareness that you don't actually have to leave your desk if you know what to look for? That's a
Ah,
tough one.
$1 million question, brother. Vinny's a systems guy. I pay good money, due diligence teams and everybody and the brokers and the invest everybody, because the key thing is if you get the right hold with the due diligence company head CEO. I remember 365 units I bought sitting on my. Actually, I bought it in Hawaii on the beach because my broker told me I was going to pay 50,000 a door. I was getting it at 25,000 a door or something like that, weird number. But I said, let's get it. Then I said, who will be the right due diligence people? He recommended me. I interviewed the CEO over the weekend. I went there 3 days later. His team of 5 people were there. going through the each 365 units. They had the whole crew working. When I showed up, I just went through few rooms and units. That's all I did. So leverage, use leverages, be willing to pay justly is the word, because you want to pay people for least due diligence and financial due diligence, we call it, and the property, the under what's that, sewer line video, you want to do those cameras in the sewer lines, you want to do the foundation, you want to do the roof, how long is, and all HVACs, all that stuff. So I have, out of 7,500 or 8,000 units, I might have walked 35 units in my lifetime. I'm sorry to say that, but that's the
I'm
truth.
more
That
embarrassed
is
because
the
I've probably
truth.
walked I've walked at least 500 units.
That's okay. That's okay. Totally fine. Totally fine, brother.
I
Don't
know what it
worry
is.
about it. Don't worry
I
about it.
I remember I used to do all the flooring myself because I have a flooring background. I used to do all the electrical myself,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
I remember even now today my hands itch when I see, oh, that I could just fix that. I could just fix that. And it's the same thing, I think, with the walking of units, because I have all the data, I have all the information coming back from the consulting
Yes.
firm,
Yes. Yes.
and I still
Totally.
I want to go walk it. I want to meet the tenant, and I do know that when I walk away from that building, that I have wasted my time. Like I am conscious of it, but
Yes.
it's an old habit. It feels good. It does feel good, and it's like swinging the hammer. It does feel good, but I know it doesn't move the needle to a certain degree. So these are
Mhm.
lessons that we've learned. So there's ways to learn, and I know you have your mastermind. We're in the mastermind on Wednesdays.
Mhm.
You're teaching a
Yeah.
lot of these strategies.
Mhm.
Uh,
Yes.
Rest is a part of the work. So this is the next part. We have, invest in yourself, get your education. The next one is rest. Why is it important to block off times for meetings, times for your walks, times for your
You know,
meditation, your fitness?
see, that's when you sharpen your skills. That's when you give your time to learn new tricks, new skills. Like, I think Stephen Covey talks about one older gentleman and one young one, and he gives them saws to chop the trees. The young man with energy was chopping, 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 chopping. But the older man, after every hour, was taking time, breathing, and then sharpening the saw to make it even sharper. And he was chopping the tree much faster. At the end of the day, the older man chopped double number of trees as compared to the young man. The key thing is we need to sharpen the saw, our skills, our education, invest into everything in getting better in what we are doing, thinking, planning, visioning, and then figuring out systems. See, figuring out systems takes time. It's not overnight. It's not like that. But if you don't take time and rest up, you cannot accomplish those things.
Brings us to the next one. Evaluate, eliminate, and alleviate. So you said audit your
Yes.
week. What tasks drained energy versus created energy? So why is energy so
Yes.
important? And then that weekly audit, what does that look like?
Oh my gosh. I mean, we are human beings. We are, if we don't eat right, and exercise and do the miracle morning in the morning, we are one person whose thousands of jobs are dependent on. So we need to be totally aligned and be ready and be enthusiastic and positive that we are moving everybody in our team with the culture to get to the next level. And everybody is enthusiastic. If some department people need training, we go to that side. So by resting, by really being calm and looking at your whole facets of the different parts of the business, as a CEO, we need to figure out what's important before. And how do we figure it out? By listening to the team members from that particular side of the business. Let them tell us if the productivity is not there, if the numbers are not being made in occupancy, in delinquencies down, in marketing, Ask them, what are the hurdles? See, we learn so much by asking, and then you say, by the way, what are the solutions now? 15 minutes we talk about hurdles. Now, how let's spend 15 minutes and then not, let's spend 45 minutes in figuring it out how to do change this whole trajectory and what will it take for us to get to the next level. That's by sharpening the saw, by training, by educating.
I had somebody, it was Michael Shine. He said it this Saturday. He asked me, he's like, Walter, you're always so positive. How do you maintain that energy? And I didn't
Mm.
really have a great answer, but I think what you just said is often I go back and I review my day and I ask, why wasn't I not feeling good there? And I actually started incorporating naps. I started incorporating a change of diet. I started working out in the morning because I needed that little
Yes.
extra juice to get
Hmm.
myself going. And I started more
Totally.
recently push-ups. I'll do 30 push-ups around
Oh,
2 o'clock,
wow.
3 o'clock if I need a little
Yeah.
extra,
I lift weights.
or just jumping
Uh-huh.
a little bit, like just something to get
Mm-hmm.
my body going. And it allows us to stay high energy. In fact, I called somebody called me yesterday, and I just said, "Hey, how are you?" And she's like, "Whoa, you can't do that," because her energy was here, and I'm all the way up here. So I agree. The
But
energy
we
audit
can,
is so powerful.
very powerful, very powerful. I know we need to kind of mirror the people we have in front, but at the same token, we need to nudge it up, and ask them, by the way, you're just kind of, I feel, is everything going okay in your family? Because maybe they are going through some situation. You got to bring them up and say, okay, I do understand where you have, an energy level, but to accomplish more, I just need you to concentrate and, let's look at this whole game plan together so that in 30 minutes we could come up with a, beautiful, beautiful way to move the needle. I call it moving the needle.
I like it. So number four you got here is strengthen your four M's: mindset,
Yes,
money, muscles, and mission. When all four M's align,
mission.
your life compounds in harmony. Why is mission on that
That's
list?
it.
We've talked about mindset, we've talked about money early on, and we talked about your
Hmm.
fitness.
Hmm.
But why is mission important for
You
you to
know,
constantly align?
mission is passion. Mission gives you passion in life to wake up in the morning and to be excited as you take your bath and you brush your teeth and say, you know what? Today, wake up. You're going to really make lots of people happy and you're going to do this and that. I don't know where my meetings are going to go today. I look into when I come into office and all. And the thing is, you got to prepare yourself. So the mission drives the purpose. Purpose comes from the whys, and the mission gives you strategies, and that fuels your day and week and months and years. So the mission in life, in every role we have, as a father, as a brother, as a husband, as a CEO, as a contractor, negotiator, as the LLC syndicator or raising money. Each role should have mission and have certain goals. From the mission, we develop goals and then we move in those directions.
I like that because we talk about a lot about the North Star, and I've
Yeah,
found that
yeah,
sometimes conversations start going wide, right? Like you'll be talking
yeah.
about recently we were talking with my team about fixing the outside of the buildings, and that I got pushback. Fortunately, I had Eric Bone come in. You said it to me before that no, you got to fix the outside because that's your marketing. Your marketing is the outside of the building.
Hmm.
And my team's really good at turning units, but
Yeah,
they're not thinking about the outside. And so my leasing team, the manager there said, "Hey man, like we really need to do something on the outside. I'm having a hard time getting good quality tenants to come into the building." And so I
yeah,
had to bring that to the team, and the team couldn't quite grasp the full vision of the
yeah.
quality of tenant we're looking for. And so it was really
Hmm.
important to go back to the mission and say, hey guys, do we want to manage a bunch of people who don't pay on time, who mess up the building, or do we want to manage good quality buildings, which means we need good quality tenants from the beginning, and here's how we get
Totally,
them. So it was mission alignment. Like
totally.
we just had to realign because it was so easy to go into the, oh well, the demographics not that great, and the area is not that great. And it's like, right, but the mission is to make it a better area. It starts with the outside. And if I
Yeah.
didn't have that mission conversation, if I didn't have the mission, I think the conversation would have been, it wouldn't have gotten to where it needed to go. And at the end, everybody was on board. Everybody's having fun. Like, you know what? Yeah, we can do this. This makes sense.
Mm.
Number five is smile more, stress less. You are known as Vinney Smile Chopra. What is the technique behind smiling? What's the magic behind smiling? Why is it so important to every day put that smile on?
See, the thing is, there's so much negativism. There's so many people who are, we all go through ups and downs in life. A lot of people have so much on their shoulders, so much negative things. By bringing a smile in a room, by bringing some positivity, that's why I wrote that book. Positivity brings profitability. Today I have that book right here. Of course, my senior living book, I'm in the office today, so that's one. Of course, my first one was the one, apartment syndication made easy, with the syndication. And my fourth one, the hospitality. Since we are doing some advertisement today, I can just talk
You
about
got on the
that
phone,
too.
it's coming.
Yeah, it's coming, brother. And we are changing some of the covers and so forth like that. But the big thing is, oh, that was opposite, maybe, right? It was because it should be mirror, right? But the thing is, you got to really brings smiles. And 50 years back, I was smiling a lot as I came with a young man from India, and I was selling books and encyclopedias and Bibles and all door to door. My people said, Vinny, you smile a lot. Well, nobody could understand me. I had to smile so that they could give me some time. But they took the middle name out and put smile. See, when you enter a room with smiling and enthusiasm, positivity and enthusiasm, those are the two words, I would say, two words that can bring you in a much better frame of mind into any meeting and into any room. People love happy people. People don't like sad people. People don't like when you throw up on their shoulders, in their face. They have their own shit to take care of, right? So by smiling, by enthusiasm, by positivity, you will change the demeanor and that energy. See, we are body is one body, but the positivity, the smilingness, the enthusiasm, it's contagious. The word is contagious. People will absorb, and guess what? They want to be around you more. You will have more friends. I write it in the book. You'll have so many great people flocking to you, listening to you better. They will like to really concentrate their energy and say, I want to meet that guy. Many times we call people, they say, oh my gosh, the same guy, he's going to talk about all the negatives, this, that. They don't want to talk to you. But if you're a positive person, smiling person, positive, enthusiastic person, they say, I want to talk to that guy and lift people up. See, that's the thing. When they meet you for 20 minutes in the Zoom meeting, I love Zoom meetings. I don't like phone calls. I hate phone calls. Zoom meetings, meeting one on one, all those things, and the FaceTime, whatever. The key thing is, as they met you from that point forward, it should be up, 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 up. Their demeanor, their thinking, their positiveness, and they will feel much better when you leave them. That
That's
should be
a
our goal, to
that's a
educate
powerful
them.
goal.
Yeah,
To
yeah,
go into
yeah.
every meeting and say, how do I raise the energy? How do I make them feel better for
Mhm.
having spent some time with me? You got a little quote here.
Yes,
It says, don't work harder, work smarter and sharper. Success is built in your moments of renewal. So that's
that's
a
the thing.
powerful contemplation to say, are you renewing something? So I'll put a question out to everybody who's listening. What's one way you plan to sharpen your saw this week? Which area? Is it mindset? Is it money? Is it muscles? Is it your
Mhm.
mission? And what needs your focus today to make that progress
Yes.
happen? For some of you who are going to be hanging out with us next week, October 23rd
Yeah.
to 27th is the summit in Orlando. Vinny Chopra will be
Yes.
there Thursday night
Uh-huh.
and Friday morning. So your chance to hang out with the man, the myth, the legend, the Vinny Smile Chopra, the man behind positivity, is coming up this week. Uh, Orlando's not hard to get to. It's very easy to fly there. Getting the tickets is
Yep.
also easy. You go to summit.alchemistnation.com. And Vinny, before we
Yep.
jump out of here, what is something you'd like to say? We're closing out a year, another 52 weeks. What is something you'd like to say to that person who
Yes.
is wondering, should I start over again? Because next week we're going to be at the summit, and then we're going to start Wealth Principle 1 again 2 weeks from now.
Totally.
What is some reason a person might want to stick around with Abundance Thursdays and come back again next year?
Thank you so much. I think we've been doing it for 3 years or so, and I'm looking forward to 26, 27, 28. I'm only 73. I've got goals for 20 more years. Hopefully, 93, I'll be still, with you. The key thing is you got to really look at where you have been in the last 5 years. 4 years, 3 years, 2 years, 5 months. What has happened this year? If you want to change the trajectory of mindset, abundance, and meet with millionaires, there'll be almost 100 millionaires in the room. You can form relationships, friendships. Look at that, 100 millionaires right there, brother. The key thing is you want to come to the summit to get to the next level. You will form so many friendships and relationships and learn so much stuff that in these 3 days you will learn so much. You got to really sharpen the saw. That's what the topic is today. You will sharpen your saw like anything. It's not going to a seminar, it's what you get out of it and act on it. And that's what it will be. It will be actionable steps you will learn next week. So buy that ticket right away. It's so cheap. I mean, I spent $100,000 in my training in syndications with Brother Dave Lindahl. I mean, you can do it. It's such a small ticket. You'll get 100x out of it, literally, and you meet people like nobody's business. And that's how businesses grow. And the money's made, and you serve more people with more positivity and more serving attitude and positivity. Yeah.
So I'll add to that. The only business plan we're going to be building at the summit is make an extra $1 million. So the only business plan
Yeah.
that we talk about, the only conversation we're having all weekend long is add an extra $1 million to
Yes.
your net worth. So it's
I love it.
if you
I love
don't
it.
go and follow through, that's on you. But by showing up, the tools and resources, people in the room are all doing that. That's why it's 100 people as our cap. That's the maximum people will have at the event. So we make sure we have
Yeah.
time to spend with everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Abundance Thursdays. It's about abundance. It's about that positivity. It's about leveling
Yes.
yourself up. We do this every Thursday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Cheers to your success. We have a choice. Always work with the best. We'll see you next week.
See you next week. Thank you,
Thank you,
brother.
Vinny.
Thank you
Have fun
so
on the next
much.
podcast, brother. Cheers.
Yeah. Thank you.